Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video we are going to do a preparation guide for the upcoming treasure map against Halloween Pudding, and in my teams I won't be using any of the new Halloween legends, meaning no Mihawk, no Shanks and no Halloween Law. Of course, I am going to be using the new in-game treasure map team builder that got introduced in the last treasure map against Nami and Sanji to not only showcase my teams, but also talk about all the mechanics of each and every boss. If you enjoy this preparation guide, do not forget to leave a like on the video, it really helps out, and of course subscribe to the channel to not miss my future One Piece Treasure Cruise content. Without further ado, let's get to my teams against treasure map Halloween Pudding. For the first mini-boss of this treasure map, we will have Halloween Reiju. Reiju is actually super simple and easy, as every first boss in the treasure maps. As you can see, the recommended characters here are the free-to-play Straw Hats. So in the final battle, Reiju will despair the top row, meaning the captains, for 3 turns, and she will also have delay immunity. So my team is a simple team with Kizuna Kaido as captain and a bunch of Q units. The reason I am using Kizuna Kaido as my captain is because he's an 1.35 booster and at the same time useless in every other team I build, simply because we do not have a strength boss and he's not really a good unit anyway. Kaido will actually be able to take care of Reiju with his fixed damage for a long time, but if you reach a point where that doesn't happen, you can also use some damage boosters here like Colosseum Magellan and Treasure Map Smoker. Pretty much the only requirement for this team is for you to have your despair sockets at max level to remove the despair, because as you can see, no unit here removes despair. If you want to bring a despair remover, that is also absolutely fine. For your ship, you can use whichever one you want. I'm using the Hoe of course for extra XP. The supports will be all stat boosters. The team with attacks can actually do over 2 million damage, but that does not include Kaido's damage from his special, and finally the point boost for this team will be a 3.78, a pretty respectable one for a very easy team to build. The next mini-boss will be Halloween Ace. He is actually Sai, but Reiju wasn't, and in the final battle he will actually be harder. He will change all your slots to unfavorable, paralyze all your units for 5 turns, put up a defense up shield on himself for 5 turns, while also having delay immunity. For my team, I am actually using one of the recommended characters as my captain, and that of course is Pirate Rumble, Moria and Perona. They are very good for this battle because first of all they are a decent int captain, but at the same time they deal with both paralysis and defense up, at least in a way. They only reduce defense by 80%, and that is exactly the reason I am running Raid Carrot here. Because Raid Carrot will be able to pop her special twice, meaning she will be able to completely remove the defense up and then we can do more damage. Other than the mentioned units, I'm also using the new Halloween rare recruit Boa Hancock, but she is not necessary at all. Her special is not even doing anything here. Maybe we can just activate it to help Carrot regain her special, so any int unit will be fine here. Then we have Colosseum Kizaru and Raid Crocodile to just give us, of course, more damage with an ore boost and a chain boost. For this team you can use whatever ship you want again, all of the supports will be stat boosters, no needed sockets this time. The maximum damage will be over 12 million with Carrot activating her special twice, which of course won't be necessary from the start. And finally the point boost will be a 4.25 times one, but of course if you do not have Boa Hancock and you replace her with another unit that is not 1.35, the point boost will be 3.78, just like the Reiju one. The next mini-boss will also be Sai and will be Halloween Luffy. Very disappointing here that the recommended characters, the new Halloween Robin and Crocodile, are actually not 1.35 boosters. They are new units, they should have been 1.35, so very disappointing job by Bandai here. But the boss will actually paralyze everyone for 4 turns, burn you for 5 turns and give you a 90% attack down for 5 turns while also having delay immunity. My team here actually uses the new Halloween Crocodile as captain, but with his multiplier just being 1.2, this will be the lowest multiplier out of all of my teams. Other than Crocodile, I am using Fortnite Hiluluk, he is also available from the Treasure Map quest, I am pretty sure. Then Treasure Map Rebecca and Viola, Halloween Luffy, and finally Colosseum Orochi. You need to be a little bit careful with your specials here and the order you activate them in, but we're gonna see that exactly in the playthrough. Luffy is here pretty much with Hiluluk to guarantee you matching slots and also give you a chain lock. Then Orochi will take care of Luffy's bind he will give to himself and the paralysis while also giving you an attack up. Crocodile will remove the attack down and give you a color affinity boost. Rebecca and Viola are more of a safety measure to remove burn, especially because Orochi will actually cut 80% of your HP. Once again, for this team you can use whatever CP you want to, every support can be a stat boosting one, no sockets are needed, the maximum damage will be over 8 million, and finally the point boost, as I said before, will be the lowest among my teams at 2.99. The final mini-boss for this treasure map will be Halloween Katakuri, and he will actually be the hardest one. He will be int and change all your slots to unfavorable, blind you for 99 turns, lock your chain multiplier at 1.1 for 5 turns, and also special bind all of your sailors for 7 turns, while also having full immunity this time, not just delay immunity. As you can see here, the recommended character is Fortnite Halloween Vivi, and she is actually very helpful here. The reason being, she will actually completely remove the blindness. Now the rest of my team, as you can see, is Treasure Map, Nami and Sanji, Kobe and Helmeppo, Rare Recruit, Summer Rebecca, and Pirate Rumble Enel. Pirate Rumble Enel is actually not boosted in this team, but he is extremely helpful because he will remove the chain lock and also give us a chain boost. As I already said, Vivi will remove the blindness. Then Rebecca will completely remove the special bind and also give us a color affinity boost. Kobe and Helmeppo will give us an attack boost, and Nami and Sanji will not only give us an ore boost but also matching slots. Have in mind, if you miss here, Rebecca is not necessary here, because you can just remove special bind by activating both the captain and the friend captain Nami and Sanji. You can once again use whatever CP you want to, all of your supports can be stat boosters, no sockets are needed. This team will be my most damaging team with over 30 million damage in its arsenal, and finally the point boost will be 3.78. Then we have the boss, which of course will be Halloween Pudding, and she will be Sai. As you can see here, the recommended characters are the new legend Halloween Mihawk and the 3 new treasure map rare recruits. Of course, I'm not gonna use any of them because I simply do not have them. So in stage number 4, Sanji will appear and he will also be Sai. He will change all of your slots to unfavorable, give you 3 turns of a 90% attack down, and finally, as it is stated here, he will have a random behavior. Now we are pretty certain, based on the Japan version treasure map pudding, that this random behavior will be a random barrier for 2 turns. We cannot be sure though until the treasure map is officially here. For the final stage, we will encounter Pudding. She will actually paralyze the right middle row unit for 5 turns and have a damage reduction shield for 5 turns, along with a threshold damage reduction buff for 5 turns as well, while also having delay immunity. My team for this final boss is led by the new Halloween Kizuna Kid and also includes new Colosseum Page 1, Summer Rare Recruit Robin, and Halloween Ben Beckman. The unit that is actually missing from this team will be Treasure Map Pudding. The main strategy for the final stage will have Summer Robin, even though she is not boosted, as the main piece. What she will do is remove both the damage reduction and threshold, while also giving every other unit a matching slot. How is that going to happen? In stage 4, Sanji will actually give Robin an int slot because that's her unfavorable type, and then we won't attack with Robin because she's not boosted anyway, and keep that slot for the final stage for her to distribute it to every other unit on the team. Robin also needs to be at that spot to get paralyzed because we're not going to need to attack with her anyway. Now Ben Beckman is also here to give us an ore boost, and page 1 is here for a chain lock. As you can also see, I am running Raid Siki and Towel Nami as supports. Siki will give an attack boost to all the driven units and then Nami a color affinity boost to the int units. The team without these two supports can do around 8 million damage, which can easily get you to navigation level 30. If you want to reach a higher navigation level, you need a higher damage output, of course. So you either are going to use these two supports or just use a friend captain with one of the newest Halloween legends. If you are wondering how is this team going to deal with stage number 4, it simply will stall out the debuffs. Since the barrier is random and cannot be predicted, I am not going through the trouble of trying to get through it. Simply we are going to wait 2 turns, then activate Kid and take care of Sanji from there without wasting Robin's orb. Both Kid's captain ability and Pudding's special can also help us heal a bit if it is absolutely needed. For your ship, you can use whatever you like. If you do not want to use Ho for the XP, you can use a healing ship or even Megalo. Then for the supports, as I said, Raid Siki and Towel Nami can be very helpful for your damage, although they are not absolutely necessary. Everything else can just boost your stats. No sockets are needed, the team can do over 8 million damage, and finally the point boost will be 5.38 times. Finally we have the Intrusion Battle versus Sabo. Sabo will also be Sai, and the recommended characters here will not be used once again. In stage number 1, only int characters get their specials reduced by 10 turns, so we are only going to use int units. In stage number 2, all our slots will be changed to empty, and the captains will be binded for 5 turns. For stage number 3, the captains will have their specials reversed for 1 turn, and they will also be despaired for 5 turns. We will also be inflicted with a chain coefficient reduction debuff for 5 turns, while Sabo will have delay immunity as most of the bosses did. For my team, I'm once again using lead Halloween Kizuna Kid, and then Colosseum Page 1 and the new rare recruit Halloween Beckman, along with the new Halloween Boa Hancock, and finally we have Colosseum Sangoro. For stage number 2, Boa will remove the bind, and that is exactly why she is here. If you want to replace her, you are going to need your bind sockets at max and another bind reducer unit or support. One Kid special can also help you with his end of turn damage to get rid of stage number 2. Now for stage number 3, Sangoro will help your captains regain their specials, and then by activate him you will most likely have matching slots, and you will also remove the despair completely because of Valentine Nami support. So Valentine Nami is needed in this specific team. Unfortunately, Sangoro won't actually give you the color affinity boost because Kid does not fulfill the captain requirements, but still a pretty useful unit here. Ben Beckman is here of course to remove the chain coefficient reduction and also give you an ore boost, and finally Page 1 will give you a chain lock. You can also activate another Kid for the end of turn damage, and as you can see, Raid Siki is here again for an attack boost to our driven units. Again though, he's not necessary. Without him the team can do over 8 million damage, with him you are going to be able to reach a bit more. And if you want even more damage, then you would have to use one of the new Halloween legends as friend captain, and I think Halloween Shanks would be the best one here. For your ship you can use whatever you like. The supports are all stat boosters other than the two shown here. You need to have max despair sockets with this team. Bind sockets do not matter because Boa will completely remove bind anyway, but if you swap her out, make sure to check your sockets as well. You can do over 8 million damage, and finally the point boost will be 5.38 times. And these are all the mechanics and my teams for Treasure Map against Halloween Pudding. If you have any questions or corrections, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like if I helped you, and subscribe to the channel for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content and to also help it reach 1000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.